This is my intro music. Welcome to the video. I hope you like it lots, so don't forget to subscribe and click the thumbs up button. Now let's react. Hey, hi, hello there, and welcome to another episode of An Anthropologist Watches Amberlynn read. And if you hear noises in the background, it's either my partner who is cooking me food, so he's gonna keep doing that, or the cats. Those are the options. And I can't help either of them because I'm hungry. Amber posted this as of a day ago today. I'm gonna start saying the dates in my calendars on my videos because with the glitter and lasers newly haul, I'm almost positive that occurred either right after the very first running episode or before all the running stuff happened. So just so people can have like a continuity, whatever. I just got back from the gym. They have a rowing machine at the gym. I don't think I did it right. It wasn't challenging. So I think I did it wrong. That's usually the problem. Anyway, today is the 15th of February. So for those of you playing the home game, you now know what date it is. This was released on the 14th. This is about Amberlynn's crush. I've already watched this one. She's going to give us a weigh-in. Oh, one of my runes escaped. Aw. He wanted to come play. We can play. Anyway, so she's going to give us a weigh-in on this. I already know no one's going to believe it, so it's fine. It's fine. I know no one's going to believe it. She knows no one's going to believe it. It's fine. Y'all know what I'm going to say about it. So, 6 to 1, half dozen the other. So, I've sped her up to... Yep, I've sped her up to time and a quarter. So if she seems particularly animated, it's because I've sped her up. I am an anthropologist by training. I am a retired archaeologist. That being said, thank you to everybody who supports the channel. Thank you to my members. Thank you to my subscribers. You all rock. Thank you to everybody who's going to hit the thumbs up button. As I said, and I think the last video, once we get to 4,000, I will do an AMA. Oh, I'm going to try to start doing, I think I said this before, but I don't remember if I did or not. So I'm going to start doing a live every other Tuesday night, and it's going to be starting at 7:30 EST. And last Tuesday, so what, 2 days ago, I did the live. So 2 weeks from 2 days ago, math. I will do another live, barring something catastrophic happening. So if you have things you think I might want to talk about, videos you might want me to react to, someone asked if I was interested, if I would do retro reacts, and yes, I would totally do retro reacts. I've seen a lot of her stuff just because I've seen clips and stuff like that. But if there's like a particular retro react you guys want me to watch, I will.
Hello. It
Hi.
is your favorite dainty 500-pound girly pop, and welcome to my new weigh-in video.
I should put a counter in her for how many times she says girly pop in this video, but I'm positive she's saying it because she knows it annoys everyone. So I don't want to give her the gratification of letting her know that I'm counting. So the way to get her to quit using stupid terms like this is to just quit reacting when she says things. She's going to talk like a 5-year-old. Let her talk like a 5-year-old. Clearly that's how she lands chicks. So
you guys are about to be shook. So today is February 14th, Wednesday, Valentine's Day. So happy Valentine's Day. That is why we are wearing some pink earrings. That is why we have a heart here. So
that's not why we have a heart. I thought because I listened to this in the car on the way. I thought she had a pimple patch on, to be perfectly honest. And I guess that's a heart. It's one of those little stamp things you can buy.
Maybe between these earrings are actually my Barbie earrings, but I don't know. I chose these.
I wish this was the biggest decision I had to make in a day.
So anyways, happy freaking Valentine's Day. I hope that you guys are having an amazing day. I personally am.
I'm having a pretty decent day, actually. I started the day off in a semi-good mood. I had a nice cup of coffee. My day wasn't terrible. It was just long. You know, like people who have jobs. Amber.
So I want to start off this video by saying I'm sorry there was no what I ate today on Friday. I just thought it would have been the most pointless video in the whole world. It probably would have been 1 minute long. And you will find out why later on in this video, why I actually did not upload one. But I will say right now.
Because you forgot.
that I am sorry for not like being more communicative. Is that a word?
Yes, actually, I was impressed. Usually, she just says some kind of like garbledygook and tries to pass it off. I think she thinks she's saying garbledygook, but she actually nailed it this time.
Just sorry for not like letting you guys know like, hey, there's not going to be a video on Friday. I will try to get better at that. So before we get to my weigh-in and what I've been doing this week, etc., we're going to answer the 3 questions that you guys asked me. So the first question is, what diet has made you...
Her editing is rough today. Very jarring. Not that her jump cuts are ever like, smooth as butter, but they're not usually like that bad.
Feel the best physically? I was only a vegan for probably less than a week, maybe 7 days. So maybe a week. I don't know. It was somewhere around...
Yes. A week is 7 days. Good job.
There. It was not long at all, but I just remember feeling literally physically the best. I was lighter on my feet. I literally felt like a feather just floating through the world. Like, it made me feel really, really good, but I wasn't eating the healthiest. Like, my first meals in the day were super healthy. I was eating like carrots and hummus and things like that. And then...
Here's the thing. It's not just Amber. I hear this a lot with like the fat acceptance cringe stuff that I watch is they're like, oh, I eat super healthy. I eat like celery sticks and hummus or like carrots, and I eat raw vegetables, whole raw vegetables. Ergo, I eat healthy. I'm not saying raw vegetables aren't healthy. It's just people who eat healthily do not tend to eat like that. I'm not saying nobody does. I'm just saying the people that I see and the people that I know who like have what I would consider a healthy diet, I'm not saying I'm that person. They don't tend to just like mono meal it like that, like just carrots and hummus for a meal, like maybe a snack, but not a meal kind of a thing. But like a lot of these like fat acceptance people, they're like, oh my God, I tried a diet for like 24 hours and they're always like, I, raw granola and dried raisins for 3 meals a day. And it's just like, that's not a healthy diet. Yeah, kind of a thing. And this is the same kind of thing. Like they eat foods that they think are diet foods that are like 80s stereotype diet foods. Like, they're constantly talking about how they're eating like yogurt. Yogurt's fine. There's nothing wrong with yogurt, but you don't need to make like every meal yogurt. And like that's the other thing that they do. They like go way overboard. It's like have some yogurt and some fruit and some granola. I think most people will agree that's a relatively healthy meal or snack given the serving size, that kind of a thing. But they just kind of like mono meal it like that. They like go freely on you, and it's just like, of course you failed. You were basic, like that's not a diet. Anyway.
And after work, I would go home, because this was years ago. This is when I was actually a PCA worker. I would go home and I would have tons of white rice and beans and Fritos, because Fritos are vegan. And then I would like literally binge on Oreos. But I think something about taking out all of the animal products.
I would totally binge on Oreos because Oreos are vegan. This is the other thing that like kills me about vegans. What did my friend call them? Carbitarians. Like, just because it's vegan doesn't mean it's good for you. I think we can all agree that as delicious as Oreos are, they are hardly a health food. And eating an entire pack of them, which is why I don't keep them in the house, is certainly not good for you in any capacity. Like, I guess you'll feel okay? I don't know. It's just like, why? This is why I have so many hard times with like people who are like, oh my God, I'm vegan. It's like, oh, so you just eat junk shit all day? You eat fake food all day? Sorry for all the vegans I just offended there.
Just made me feel better. But I am not a vegan girly pop. It's never going to happen. But regardless, it made me feel physically the best.
The girl who's terrified of meat, who thinks meat is weird, who doesn't like to touch meat, and yet eats probably more than I do. Yeah, there's no way in hell she could ever be a vegan.
So the second question is, how do you feel about the success of Tammy Slayton? So I really wanted to choose this question because I feel like
Well, we all know that her and Tammy Slayton are BFFFFFF. BFFs for life. So clearly she's going to be immensely supportive of Tammy Slayton, because once upon a time Tammy Slayton made a video making fun of Amber and did a damn good job of it. So obviously they are the best of besties. And Amber watches every episode of what, 600-pound sisters or whatever the name of that show, 1,000-pound sisters. Anyway, Amber's been following them on television, therefore they are the bestest of friends. She even made a TikTok where she was dancing to a video that Tammy Slayton made dancing. How much more evidence do you need that they are the best of friends?
People compare us a lot. That's kind of just something that happens on the internet. Like, all fat girls get compared, and that's fine.
Do people really compare Amber to Tammy Slayton anymore? I know people will say that Amber is jealous of Tammy Slayton or Amy Slayton, because is it Slayton or Slatton? Anyway, but I know people will say that she's jealous of them because they did get a television show and they did get the surgery, and they, for the most part, have been successful with their weight loss, and in general, I guess they've like improved their lives. I mean, trials and tribulations, but I remember when they were just two weirdos on YouTube. So I mean, that's a big step for a lot of people. That's a step a lot of people aren't going to make. So I've heard people say that she is jealous of them, but I've never heard anyone say that. I've never heard anyone like, okay, let me put it this way. I don't hear people today comparing them. I hear people compare her to Foodie Beauty. I personally compare her and Anna from Glitter and Lasers together a lot. I'm sure there's other people she gets compared to who are also YouTube personalities, but like, I don't really hear people comparing her to Tammy. I hear them saying that she's jealous of Tammy. And I believe that 100%.
I get it. But what I feel about her success is happiness. I feel inspired. She motivates me. Just, it's not even just success within like her weight. It's just like success within like who she is.
She's making it up, but I think she's rehearsed this answer.
Like, I've always liked Tammy. Years and years and years ago, you might have heard, Trollin throw like a shade here and there.
Didn't she like go off after Tammy did the little joke? God, I wish I had. I wish I had these clips like ready to go, and B, I wish I was better at this, because if I was, I would edit all that shit in. But C, probably I'm not going to do any of that. So, but didn't Amber kind of like go off about Tammy making fun of her or something? And like, didn't she say some pretty, not like blasphemic, horrible things, but didn't she she was kind of mad about it? I don't remember.
But it was never like true, authentic how I felt about her.
I went on way back in the day. Trollin said some really mean shit about Tammy, but I didn't mean it. It was totally a frenemies kind of thing with this person who has no fucking clue who I am. Okay.
I've always liked Amy. I've always liked Tammy. When I see someone, regardless of who it is, when I see them lose hundreds of pounds, when I see people improve themselves in any sort of way, when I see just success in any way, like, I'm genuinely happy for the person. It's just like seeing Tammy grow and improve in like every single way, while also going through the death of her husband. Like, it just is very empowering, and I am just in so much support of her. It's insane.
I don't think she's lying, but I don't think she's 100% honest about her motive.
A lot of people think that I'm like jealous of her. No, I'm looking at what she's doing, and I'm like, damn, I can do that too.
So do it. Tammy had to lose a shite ton of weight before she was allowed to have the surgery, because a lot of these people on these shows have to prove that they can adhere to a diet, basically, and they have to lose some amount of weight, usually 50 to 100 pounds, and which I know that seems like not a lot because of today's fat acceptance and health at every size bullshit, but 50 to 100 pounds is a lot of weight, you guys. So a lot of these people, they have to lose a significant amount of weight before they can qualify for the surgery. And I don't remember how much because I don't actually watch 100 or 1,000 pound sisters. I think it's 1,000 pound sisters. I don't actually watch it. I watch people who react to it in bits and pieces, mostly through Michelle McDaniel. It was my understanding that Tammy lost like a significant amount of weight before she got her surgery. I don't know how successful she's been since the surgery, and I'm not following it. So, but you know, Amber's not doing it. Amber won't do it.
She is showing that if she can do it, anyone can do it. Okay, so the third question is, what does your Valentine slash
What does that mean? What does that really mean? If Tammy can do it, anyone can do it. What are you saying about Tammy? Because that always seems like an underhanded thing to say to somebody. Well, if you can do it, anyone can do it. Wait a minute, kind of a thing. So what are you saying about Tammy?
crush think of your size? So it seems like every single time I'm in a relationship, this question is like always a question that is asked, which I get it. I understand because it's a thought that I actually have internally, subconsciously, consciously. I'm aware of the thought. Sometimes I'm not aware of the thought. It's a thought that is always there. So I can understand why other people also think it. But I can say,
Is it a thought? Do you think it's a thought? Do you think it's a thought that people think about? Of course people are going to ask because like most of the time you're crushing 600, like you're 550 to 600 pounds. And even when you're not, you're still 400 to 500 pounds. I mean, that's a lot. And you have a strange body shape because of the years of being overweight, of being obese. It takes a toll on the shape of your body. You know, I mean, of course people are going to wonder. It's not, you're not conventionally attractive kind of a thing. So it's not like people are coming to you because they find you conventionally attractive. Therefore, the people who are attracted to you because you are unique looking. You know, a lot of people who get fetishized, that question's always in their head. Like, is this person with me because they like me, or are they with me because I fit into their fetish? I'm popular. Um, it's something that people are always thinking about when they're in those kinds of situations. My thing is regardless, you are whatever it is they're looking for, therefore they like you. Unless they're like one of those really, really weird people. But that brings us back around to the whole like, why is this person with you? You know, people who are attracted to conventionally normal people do not typically romantically fall for people like Amber because they don't fit into the things that they like with a romantic partner. I'm not saying they can't be friends or anything like that. I'm just saying like romantically, sexually, usually there's a very small subset of people that are into that kind of a thing. And that's why we always question it. Because, believe it or not, some of us actually care about the motives of the weirdos you date. You know, I'm still not 100% sure why the wifey dated her. And this girl, I don't know, man. I can't tell if she's just getting sucked in by catfishing, which that's what the runes say. But like she seems sort of naive just from the things I've seen. I haven't gone to their Facebook page and any of that kind of crap, but somebody was posting snapshots and I think somebody said just my 2 cents has some stuff up. And anyway, I've seen some things on the internet and I'm just kind of like, she just doesn't seem mature, but she's also 25. So
Safely say in every relationship that I have ever been in, their answers are always the exact same. It's very, I don't see you for your size. I think you are beautiful. You have an amazing personality. And that's exactly what my Valentine said this year. She says that she doesn't see me for my size. I'm beautiful. We always have really good conversation, like no matter what we're talking about. She thinks I'm funny. Like she finds me physically attractive. Just my size isn't something that she sees. And trust me, I get it. It's a
Is that because you only film from like your shoulders up?
weird thing because it's like, how are you, do you not see my size? Like it's confusing to me, and it's always the same answer from every partner I've been with. I almost want to say maybe to an extent I understand, because it's like when I'm in a relationship with someone, I don't see their flaws. I don't see them for their flaw.
I would say pretty much everyone who starts a relationship, maybe even for the first couple of years, you don't see the flaws because it's new, it's shiny. The person's still like the most interesting person you've ever met in your life, and of course they're the funniest person you've ever met in your life, and you're putting on your A game, they're putting on their A game. 3 years into the relationship, you're just kind of like, yep, I can fart in the same room that you're sitting in. I love you. That kind of a thing. So, of course, at this phase of the relationship, you're not seeing each other's flaws. That's just kind of that's how this shit works. So, talk to me in 3 years when you guys are comfortable with each other and it's no longer, the early stages of the romance. Talk to me when it's been established and been tested and been found to be functional. Oh, wait, you can't. Kind of a thing. By the time her relationships get to that point, that seems to be the point where they all deteriorate and fall apart. Because the shine's gone. And after the shine's gone, what have you got?
stop loving them for their flaw or whatever it may be, or something that they're super insecure about. So it's like maybe in the same way, that's the way they view me, is like, I don't see you for that flaw. I don't see you for that thing that you're insecure about. I don't know, but regardless, my Valentine says that I'm beautiful inside and out, and that makes me really happy. I think genuinely there are just really
Sorry. This isn't a slam on her. I was just like inside and out. Do you know how disgusting your internal organs are? There's all this like stuff inside of you, and it's all like sticky and slimy, and it does things that are disgusting. Like nobody's beautiful on the inside. No, I'm kidding. This is where my head goes after I've worked out.
really amazing people out there who aren't shallow and that do see people beyond their weight and their size, etc., etc. But since I am my own worst enemy, sometimes it's hard to believe that. But
You are your own worst enemy. All right, here. I have a real reason for stopping it this time. It is not lost on me that she thinks that her audience, at least those of us who are not her sycophants, that we are shallow. To her, we are shallow because to her, all we see is a 500-pound woman. And yes, but no. Like I don't think we're shallow. Yes, we see a 500-pound woman, but the problem is we have been watching her, some of us, for 10 years. And even if we haven't been watching her chronologically for 10 years, there's 10 years worth of stuff to watch. And I mean, if you sat down and did an Amber binge, it might take you a couple weeks, maybe a month, but you could get through all of it. I'm just saying. I don't do that. Your sanity will not thank you. But my point is like, she's documented, and we, the people who watch her in this capacity, we know what she's like, you know? And so when she's like, you guys are shallow, it's like, I don't think we are at all. Like, I will come to the defense of the Amberverse here. We're not shallow. We're just realistic. We know what you're like. And for a lot of us, there's too many red flags and too many flaws that just can't be overlooked, kind of a thing. For this girl who's new in her life, I mean, how do you... I'm sure there's people out there who don't know who Amber is. She's not that popular. I mean, she's not all that, She's not Prince, okay? I love Prince, by the way. My point is like, there's people out there who have no idea who she is. But none of these girls she's dating are that person. My phone is blowing up, and I truly apologize for that. I'm too lazy to go turn it off, though. But that's the thing, like, which of us is shallow? the audience who knows you probably better than you know yourself at this point, or these random girls who are hitting you up in your DMs who tell you that they've watched you and that they know who you are and that they follow you on the internet and on your social media. Which one of us is more likely to be who are more likely to be looking at you at a surface level? I guess is where I'm trying to go with that. Because if you are someone who can follow Amber and still be like, yeah, I could date that, you're not looking deep enough, I would say. And a 25-year-old, I don't mean to slam 25-year-olds, which I know most of you are not because I know the demographics of my audience, according to YouTube. But the thing is like, 25-year-olds are... this is the time of your life when you make decisions that later on in life you point back to and you go, I survived that. I wouldn't do it again. And those are the moments that you advise other people not to do. I'm just saying this is one of those moments.
I have to believe it because I have been in multiple relationships where people really do prove to me, like, I don't see you for your weight. I see you for so much more than that. Okay, girly.
So what happens when they break up with you? How do you rationalize that in your head then? Like, I would like to know the thought process that goes through her head, or the grieving process that goes through her head when her girlfriends break up with her, because if they truly are not seeing your weight or your health issues or any of the complications that go along with being morbidly obese, if they truly don't see that, then, and they only see your personality and they think you're the bee's knees, why are they breaking up with you then? I'm not saying that her girlfriends have broken up with her because she's obese. I'm sure that didn't help the situation. Pretty much all of them have bailed because her attitude is atrocious. So what thought process goes through her head to help her deal with this?
Pops, it is time for my weigh-in. The last week I was 515.0, and that was after spending time with some friends that came down for like 5 to 6 days, and I ate more than usual, walked more than usual, which I swell a lot when I walk a lot, especially like when I'm in a car a lot, which I was doing that as well. I was also drinking my calories. Like, it was just a lot of different things, and I gained some weight.
Here's something I want to know, and I'm sure someone can answer it for me, because I was just watching 600 Pound Life. I was just watching 600 Pound Life through Shaun of Steel because that's the only way I watch it anymore. I'm not fighting with them over the copyright. Fuck them. They can have their show. But he was watching, I don't know, it's this most recent video they just got out. And the guy swelled so badly in the car that he aggravated his lipedema and he ended up in the hospital, kind of a thing. And that's a common thing on 600 Pound Life when they do that long car trip from wherever the hell they live to Texas to go see Dr. Now. Why is that? Like, these people a lot of them are immobile to begin with. Like, they're either immobile or they're very limited in their mobility. So they're not moving around a lot. Why does the car ride aggravate their fatness? A lot of them, it's not even like they have lipedema. Some of them are just fat, but they swell while they're in the car for too long. What is it about the car that causes that to happen? Because I do believe her that she says she swells in the car, because I've seen the 600 Pound Life stuff. So, and even Dr. Now has mentioned that that's something that happens. Why? I don't understand the physiology as to why. So maybe somebody can explain that to me down in the comment section. I just want to know.
So last week, 515.0, and today, here's my weigh-in. It is Valentine's.
Happy Valentine's Day, Zealing. How are you? What did you get me? What did I get you? I don't know what I got you. I got you my smiling face. I got you a reaction. How's that sound?
Today, February 14th. So happy Valentine's Day. So I got a little sneak peek.
Only you. Sorry, I don't know the rest of the words.
I stepped on the scale yesterday, and y'all are about to be shocked. So I hope you're ready for it.
Hello, it's ready.
Okay, stepping on.
501.2.
501.2. Oh, and the haters are gonna say that is not real, and I am so excited to know that it is. What? Okay.
Personal peeve. I would rather she be 499, I guess, but I'm torn. I'm torn because I'm like, when I first listened to this in the car and she's like, "Are you guys ready?" And I'm like, "B, you better be under 500 pounds or I'm not buying it." And so she's like, "I'm 501." And I'm like, "Ah, that's so close. That's really close." So I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know if I should be like tentatively happy for her because she's that close to being under 500, or if I'm like, no, I said under 500, screw you. I don't know if this is like a hard line I want to take. But again, it's not the first time she's dropped that much weight in a week, depending on, because wasn't she was doing the not OMAD diet where she was eating twice a day, and calling it the OMAD diet. But she did drop a fair amount of weight when she was doing that. So, I don't know. I guess my point is I guess she has proven that she can lose that much weight in a week before.
Okay. A lot of you are probably super confused. Like, what is happening? Let me explain. Not
No one's confused. It's calories in, calories out. Or, or bloating in, bloating out.
only is my mental health right now at the peak that it's been in a very long time.
Because you have a girlfriend?
I feel happy. I feel hopeful. I feel motivated. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna get my shit together. Like, I need to get my shit together. So I went back to something that is what works for me. I'm only eating about once or twice a day. So I
OMAD.
know that's like, whoa, that's crazy. But I feel good when I do that. Every time I ate, though, it was a takeout meal. So, like, an example, if I wanted.
I am a full believer in that you can lose weight not only just eating garbage takeout food from like McDonald's and stuff. There's been enough people who have proven that their overall health, but they do lose weight. I think if you were savvy enough and you were aware enough of nutrition, you could hypothetically eat from a restaurant. I would like an actual restaurant, not like McDonald's restaurant. You could do that and probably eat healthily and lose weight if you were savvy enough about it. Do I think Amber is that person? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So I don't know.
Seafood boil. I said, you know what? I'm gonna get seafood boil. I'm gonna allow myself to have this meal.
Where the hell is she
I'm
getting
going
a
to
seafood
enjoy it,
boil from?
But that's all I'm gonna eat for the day.
Oklahoma.
And I thoroughly, physically, and mentally feel good doing that. I did go grocery shopping yesterday though, because I know that I can't be eating takeout every single day, even if it is just one meal. So
Why? It's clearly working.
my goal for this week is I'm going to cook daily, even if it's just one meal. I just really love to be the queen of moderation. What can I say? So
Queen.
it's like if I want to order takeout, I want to allow myself to do those things, especially right now, because if I just cold turkey said, no more takeout, no more of the foods that you enjoy, then I'm going to fail. I have done that repeatedly.
She has tried doing no takeout challenges many times in the past, many times. Most during the wifey era, she did it, I think, a couple times. And wifey apparently was like enabling her to order the takeout. I wonder how much weight wifey gained while dating Amber. That's something I would like to know. Where was I going with this? Yes, she is correct. She cannot stick to it. I think most of her no takeout challenges lasted less than a day. Maybe some of them made it a couple days. I think she made it like 4 days in a row once. I don't care as much. Like I said, I think you could do it. I don't think Amber can. But I mean, if she kept eating that Mediterranean, well, no, because that was like a lot of rice and a lot of hummus and very little meat or vegetable. I don't think there was any vegetables in that last meal she showed us. Yeah, so I don't know, but Mediterranean food doesn't have to be carby and bad for you. I guess is kind of where I was going with that. It's kind of like ordering out, even ordering out like Chinese food. That doesn't necessarily have to be like sweet and saucy and fried. There are other things that you could eat, but you'd have to be an adventurous eater to do it, and B, like vegetables, and C, understand like basic nutrition. So I don't know. Can Amber do it? I don't believe so. I really don't. Could somebody else? I guess. But that goes back to like the intuitive eating thing. I had this conversation with a friend. It's like they can do intuitive eating. Like we'd gone out and we'd had a lot of sweets that day, and I was like, "Oh, I feel like I'm triggering your sweet tooth," you know? And they were like, "No, it's just I'm craving it, and so I'm just going to have it now, and then I won't want it later." And I'm like, okay. And then it clicked. And I'm like, that's the difference. That's intuitive eating. That's real intuitive eating. That's like, they had the craving. They're just going to feed the craving this time. And then they're going to go back to their daily life, which is not the normal when they're hanging out with me. And, it's not going to affect them. They're not going to dwell on it. They're not going to be obsessed with it. They're not going to be looking forward to the next time we hang out because I'm the trigger for their cheat day kind of a thing. They just have a reasonable adult relationship with food. And I'm like, I don't know if I could trust myself to eat like that. There's like, I can trust myself to have a cheat day, if you will. And that's usually when I'm hanging out with a friend. But like the rest of the week, I really have to be on it or else I just eat like shit. And I know that about myself. And it's like, I can't trust my cravings because like I crave donuts. You don't need donuts, but I crave them. I was craving McDonald's French fries today. That's not a craving that's going to satisfy an actual nutritional need or deficiency in my body. And I know that, but it doesn't. If I were to honor every craving I have, which is what a lot of fat acceptance and health at every size people are like, intuitive eating, your body knows what it needs. My body does not need McDonald's French fries. My body does not need donuts. My body doesn't need the 3-layer red velvet cake that I saw at the grocery store today. Okay? Ain't nobody starving because they can't eat cake. I'm just putting that out there. But I think someone who is like actually capable of doing intuitive eating, they do know what their body, and maybe that's the thing. Maybe when they have a craving and they're like craving McDonald's French fries, maybe they know what that craving actually means in their own bodies. They're like, McDonald's French fries. Oh, it must mean like, I don't know, maybe I'm low on sodium or something. I wouldn't know. But that's kind of where I'm going with that. Amber doesn't have a relationship with food. She doesn't have a relationship with food. She doesn't have a relationship with her cravings. She doesn't have a relationship with her body or her needs. And that's the problem. Amber wants seafood boil, so Amber orders seafood boil. Amber wants Mediterranean kebabs with 3 different kinds of hummus, so she orders that. She doesn't stop to think why she wants it or if she needs it or if she's even hungry, I would imagine sometimes. If she keeps this up, she should be in the mid 400s by trying to do math in my head and get a reasonable estimate. The second week of March. So we'll see, is what I'm saying. If she can get into the mid 400s and stay there, I have to give her credit for that. That's something I will have to give her credit for.
Truly seems like I lose the most weight when I do this, when I just eat once or twice a day. It is freaking crazy. It makes the most sense, I know, like obviously because I'm eating less. Because if you guys remember, I think it was back in September where I lost like 30 pounds in a month, and it's because I was doing that. I was eating only once or twice a day and I felt so good, but then my mental health got really, really bad and I started eating more again.
And this is the problem. This is why she can't do intuitive eating. And this is why most of her attempts to lose weight don't work, because she's an emotional eater. She eats she eats when she's bored. She eats when she's happy. She eats when she's sad. She eats if she sees things randomly laying around the house. How many times have we watched her just since she's moved here? How many times have we watched her just graze through her kitchen? This is the problem. Yeah, she can do the OMAD and she can do the TOMAD for a week or 2, maybe 3 weeks. But then something happens in her mental health. And I do believe she has poor mental health. Exhibit A. But she She doesn't have coping mechanisms. She doesn't have a support network. She doesn't know how to tell herself no. And then she starts binging and eating and ordering out 3 times a day, 3 to 4 times a day. She starts drinking full sugar, yada, yada, yada. And then she shoots back up because she's already overeating, even if she's under eating. Does that make sense?
Then I gained the weight back, and then I haven't been able to get back to that. And then here I am back to that again. And I don't want it to stop now because I feel so freaking good. But that goes back to what I was saying. Like, if I did a...
And that's the other thing. Like, she's dependent on feeling good and being motivated in order to get herself to do it. Like, she won't do any of this if she feels bad, or if she's unmotivated to do it. You know, Amber isn't the type of person that gets up and takes a 5-mile hike every day. I'm being ridiculous, I realize, because whether they want to or not. She's not the kind of person that goes to the gym for 30 to 40 minutes every day of the week, regardless of how they feel about it. She's the person that goes to the gym on Monday because they feel motivated to go to the gym on Monday, and then doesn't go the rest of the week because they don't feel like it. You're not going to see any benefit if that's how you're doing it. You know, you have to go on the days you don't want to go. You have to diet on the days you don't want to diet. That's the only way it works.
What I ate today, and I only ate one meal. What type of video is that? I mean, I could have turned it into like a eat with me situation.
She still won't say mukbang.
But I was afraid of what you guys would think of that.
Why? Everyone knows you want to do mukbangs. Just fucking do them.
And I already know the comments. If I would have said, hey guys, this is the only thing I'm eating today, I'm going to film Eat With Me, I already know what everyone would have said. They would have been like, oh my God, this is a mukbang. Your mukbang era is back. Oh my God, she has no money. Oh my God, look at her eat on.
How is she clicking her nails together that much? Like, I have to make my nails click together to make them click. Like, my fingers don't just collide with each other in a way that my nails are constantly... I don't get it.
Camera, oh my God, she's so off track. Oh my God, she's lying. I just didn't want to put myself through that. But
what do you give a shit? People are going to say that anyway. This is the other problem. No one believes your weigh-ins, no matter what you do. So why do you care? No one's going to believe what you're eating, no matter what you do. So what do you care? If you want to do a mukbang eat with me, do a mukbang eat with me. People are going to watch it because those are your highest rated videos. People are going to watch it. They're going to say nasty shit about you. And what do you care? They're going to find something to say nasty about you anyway. You have a shit reputation on the internet. Like, you literally cannot do anything right. So why do you care? Just do what you want to do and monetize it. That's your channel. And we're here to react to it. You know, you can't control what we're going to say or what we're going to do. So why are you worried about it?
But now that I've explained myself a little bit more, if you guys do see an Eat With Me in the future, that is also like, hey, this is what I ate today. That is the reason why. So I don't know, folks. I feel good. I hope you guys are feeling good. I am literally almost in the 400s, and I am so excited to just finally say goodbye to the 500s. So next week, you guys, you might be seeing this here dainty girly pop, hopefully with a 4 instead of a 5 in front of her number, because I'm over it. Anyways, I love you guys. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.
She does seem, like I said, she's sped up. So if she seems particularly animated, it's because she's sped up. But she does seem to be happy. And she does seem to be excited about her weight loss. As much props as I give props. Like I said, if she can get to the mid 400s by mid-March, February, March, yeah, then, you know, I will give her more props. I feel like I just pulled like a magic trick. This was sitting on my laptop. Somehow it got from my laptop into my sleeve. This isn't even the rune that fell on the floor when I did the rune reading that I then picked back up. This isn't even that rune. This is a totally different rune. It's a sign. What was I saying? Oh, if she can get to the mid 400s by mid-March and stay there until April, either continue to lose or stay there until April, I will give her props. Otherwise, I think we're just going to see the yo-yoing like we normally see. But I don't know. She seems pretty happy. And she's got a new girlfriend, you know, so she's got that going for her. And the girlfriend is defending her on the internet because I don't know. I don't know. They're like defending her on the internet and they're like, oh my God, people are hunting me down on the internet. Yeah, I know. That should be your biggest red flag. Like, run. You know? Anyway, I feel like this one was like super rambly and like very unfocused, and I apologize for that. Like I said, I just got back from the gym. Well, it's been an hour now, but I got back from the gym a little while ago and all that good stuff. So, let's see. We've made it this far. It is Valentine's Day. Go ahead and leave your favorite heart emoji down in the comments section down below. And if you hate Valentine's, go ahead and leave a black colored emoji down in the comments section down below. Because I know some people don't like Valentine's Day. I love Valentine's Day, so everything about it. I love the hearts. I love the colors. I love the chocolate. I love the candy. I love everything about Valentine's Day. And I had a wonderful Valentine's Day. Thank you for asking. Me and the ceiling. We went on a nice date. We got some nice fancy food at a nice fancy restaurant, and then we came home and we had a nice fancy time. So, me and the ceiling. Anyway, I will see everybody in the next video. Bye. This is my outro music. You can't copyright strike me because it's just me singing. This is my outro music. Thank you for watching. See you next time.